The following program is a paid program. The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and participants and not necessarily those of Brewer Media. Welcome to PEP Talk. Everyone needs one with Lerone Coach Jennings and Brian Smith discussing Chattanooga from the city to the community you live in, featuring action plays, justifiable results, and keys to success. Brought to you by the City of Chattanooga Department of Youth and Family Development, creating ways for everyone to help parent the city. And now your host, Coach Lerone Jennings and Brian Smith.
Hello, Chattanooga, and welcome to PEP Talk. Everybody needs one. No matter what you're going through, what you're dealing with, it's always good to be encouraged, motivated, and inspired. And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to tune in to PEP Talk, to be with the coach, to get encouraged no matter what you're dealing with. You'll get your PEP Talk today. And I got my trusty co-host, Brian Smith, hanging out with me this evening. Hey, Brian.
Well, good evening to you, Coach. And I think first and foremost, welcome back, because a lot of folks got a chance to listen to you calling in from New York City last week. And now you're here joining us here in person, and we've got a great lineup here. And real quickly, though, I want to kind of remind a few folks what you were doing up in New York last week.
Yeah, hanging out in the Big Apple, man, having fun. well, we was on a special assignment there, really just learning some things about how to really deal with some issues that relates to safe communities, safe streets, and dealing with Paul Smith. He was our safety coordinator, public safety, and we really had a good time, learned some great stuff, and a group of us there.
Well, we certainly know that you're going to bring back plenty of knowledge here and certainly benefit the city of Chattanooga. And always we have an action-packed show here on PEP Talk, Parent Education Programming, where we like to hear from our local officials, and also we like to hear from you. We've got two wonderful guests. We're also going to hear from one of our quarterbacks out there in the field, and she's got a wonderful player that's going to join us here a little bit later on the show. And coming up this evening, we've got Donna Williams, who is the administrator for the Department of Economic and Community Development. She's got some great programs, and we certainly welcome her to the city. She's got a long and a fruitful history here in the city of Chattanooga, and she's bringing over plenty of knowledge. Plus, we're also going to be talking with Caroline Johnson here with the city's driver's ed program, which is probably one of the most popular programs that we have here in the city, educating our drivers, and plus a lot more that the Department of Transportation is bringing to the city as well. But as always here, just a few minutes after 7 o'clock, we like to kick things off here with Coach's Opening Play. So, Coach, you ready to get back into it?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into Coach's Opening Play.
And now it's time for Coach Jennings' Opening Play.
All right, Chattanooga, for the opening play today, let's talk a little bit about too valuable to waste. What's too valuable to waste? Our time. Hey, if you're just wasting time out there, don't do it. Consider what is truly a valuable, great day, and that is today. That's all we have. Think about all of the magnificent possibilities that's yours right now. You can fill the next hour with 60 minutes of focused, purposeful, effective effort. You can bring new and meaningful value to your work, your home, your family, and your community. Even your dreams. On this day, you can learn, experience, work, feel, love, and play. You can make creative use of whatever you have to move in the direction of whatever you desire. Hey, take advantage of your time. Don't waste it.
Valuable lessons here for Coach's opening play here, and what a wonderful kickoff here as we head into the first quarter of our program. And folks, we're going to open up the phone lines here throughout the evening, and we're going to go ahead and give you that phone number. It is 642-9393 here, as we are helping to parent our wonderful city that we have here, and that, of course, is the city of Chattanooga. And speaking of the city of Chattanooga, we always like to welcome in some of our newest professionals here in the city, but she certainly isn't a new professional. She's been doing it for a while. She's grew up here in Chattanooga, attended UTC, has got plenty of experience in real estate as well as volunteering, and is also an entrepreneur. But we are glad to have her as the administrator for the Department of Economic and Community Development. We'd like to welcome to PEP Talk here this evening, Donna Williams. And Donna, we certainly do appreciate you joining us here this evening. And as many folks remember you from Habitat for Humanity, an absolutely wonderful organization that is providing providing and changing the lives of many. But I know they were sad to see you go, but we are glad to see you come here in the city of Chattanooga and helping us out.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
The one and only Donna Williams.
I want to know, can I get on your team?
Oh, you're already on the team.
Okay, very good.
You've been on my team long time ago.
I want to start, though.
Oh,
Can I start and not come to practice and still start?
No, you got to come to practice.
Okay.
You got to come to practice.
I know you go by the rules.
Oh, yeah, you got to work hard. Hey, Donna, let's talk a little bit about what you got going on. You got some great things going on for the city of Chattanooga. You and Mayor Burke has been cooking up some stuff in the neighborhood, and you all been rolling some stuff out for the good of the city and our citizens. Let's talk a little bit about that. There's several programs we're going to talk about. First one, let's talk about this affordable housing initiative. Tell our listening audience a little bit about that, and let's break it down a little bit so they can truly understand what it's all about and how they can benefit from it.
Thank you, Coach. We're really excited about the Affordable Housing Initiative. It is what we call a pilot. So this is our first year trying it, and we will perfect it over the course of us rolling it out and implementing it. But essentially, what it is the city has hundreds of properties that are underperforming. So that would mean a property that's vacant, a property that has no house on it. So it could be vacant land, or it could be a vacant house.
Okay.
And what we are endeavoring to do is to take that property that's not performing and to provide beautiful, high-quality, energy-efficient housing on those lots so that we can make those available to families who are in need, low to moderate income families who are in need of housing.
Right. Now, how many you say approximately? Well,
the city owns a couple hundred or more properties. Not all of those are suitable for building a single-family home on them. But we're hoping to have somewhere between 60 and 100 houses in the next year, properties in the next year, and we will partner with private developers to actually bring their investment to those lots so that we can, again, produce high-quality, energy-efficient housing.
Well, why is that so important for the city of Chattanooga to do?
Well, it's really important because we have quite a number of individuals and families whose income puts them in the categories the low to moderate income. And Chattanooga is one of the hottest rental markets in the United States, one of the top 5, actually. So there is some rental properties out there available, but the cost of renting them continues to increase year over year and sometimes month over month. So we have many.
It's too high for so many people.
Too high. So what I always say is a lot of people who make downtown a great place to work and play, recreate, those folks can't afford to live in or around downtown anymore, many of them, because the price of rental housing and apartments is just escalating.
Yeah. So what is the city doing to make this property attractive for developers to get in the game of developing these low to moderate houses for these individuals to participate in this particular program?
We have a team of probably 10 people that are working, not entirely, but working in part on attracting developers to the property. So what we will do is take some of the federal money that we receive for affordable housing and use that money to entice developers so that they can bring their money, whether it's money they have or money that they borrow from a bank, to bring that money to produce the type of housing that we want. And again, it's not just any kind of affordable housing. It's high quality, energy efficient, affordable housing.
Yeah. Now, the banks, those are out there, the banks. How do you get them interested? Why should they participate in helping the developers to make this? It's got to be a win-win-win,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So how are you all staging this to make it a win-win-win for everybody in the game?
Very good question. Part of it is, the old rule of supply and demand.
Yeah.
It's a capitalist market. And fortunately, on that end, we have so much demand because we have hundreds and hundreds of citizens who are in need of affordable housing. So when we speak with the developers, it isn't as though we're saying to them, take a chance on the market. We already know there are hundreds of folks who, if there were affordable housing available, they would be renting it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't really have to worry about the demand side. And then what we do for the financing side,
It's almost a guarantee, huh?
is almost a guarantee. I mean, it's the government, so it has a few strings attached. But it's a wonderful program. It's been really well received by developers and lenders because we wanted to do some focus groups to test it to see, is this something that developers would be interested in? Is it something that lenders would be apt to lend money toward?
Yeah.
And we've had really good feedback from both the developer community as well as the lenders.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I know you've had a couple of meetings I've been in, and you've gotten great response and feedback from individuals, and things are moving forward pretty quick, huh?
Things are moving quick, but not as quick as we would like.
Yeah.
We are, as I mentioned before, we're using some federal money to help the project move forward, and there's a lot of
That's the slow
regulation. That's the slow part. But the part that happens inside City Hall, at second floor where most of my folks are, and third floor where the mayor's office is, it really goes remarkably fast because everybody's excited about it, and the mayor is so committed to it that it's easy to keep things moving forward.
Yeah. So individuals out there that's listening, what is the process? How do individuals out there that's listening and want to be involved and want to learn more about it, what steps do they take? Walk them through, how do they learn more? How do they get involved? Whether they're a developer, whether they really just want to hear more about it, or whether they want to participate as individual who want to get in line to rent one of those individual houses that's going to be built or apartments to be rented.
Very good. Right now, what we're going to be doing starting next week, I believe, is getting with the leadership of neighborhood associations to share with them the details of the program, because the property that we own, that the city owns, is spread throughout the city.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that the leaders of neighborhood associations are aware of the program. We will also be meeting with service providers. So these would be folks like who help with placing folks who are when their properties are condemned or when they're evicted, so on and so forth, make them aware of the program. And we'll be rolling out in January the full program where we will be soliciting requests from tenants. Right now we're working with neighborhood associations, developers, and lenders so that we get the program really solid before we roll it out to the public.
Okay, that's great. Now there's two other programs that you're working with. You got Neighborhood University.
That's correct.
And the Neighborhood Leadership Institute.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see a lot of neighborhood.
Neighborhoods. That's what we're
Which
about.
is good because that's foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
Which one you want to talk about first?
Well, I'm going to talk about Neighborhood Leadership Institute first because some of you were present. We had a group of folks graduate from NLI last Tuesday. Dynamic group from all over the city, and NLI is a course that you go through for over 5 months, I believe it is. So folks come. It's a full course. It's really kind of for I call it our elite leaders. It's a commitment that they make, neighborhood leaders, community leaders, to go through that process. We also are going to be introducing Neighborhood University. That's new, and Neighborhood University, unlike NLI, will be open to everybody. It's a hour-and-a-half session every other Tuesday. We'll have rolling content. You're going to be one of our presenters, but we'll have content that ranges from neighborhood capacity building, and that's how to run a neighborhood, how to market events, how to get people to come to your neighborhood meetings, so on and so forth, neighborhood watches, those types of things. And then we'll also have 50% of the content that is focused on entrepreneurship and job creation, all at the neighborhood level. So that's open to everybody, and we'll have it, I think the first session is January the 14th, and every other Tuesday after that, hour-and-a-half sessions. You can come to as many or as few as you want. And the format's kind of cool because we will have 3 panelists. I always refer to the panelists as doers, and you don't even have to be a successful doer. But if you've tried something and it did not work, oftentimes that's as valuable as someone
That's right.
trying something, right? So we'll have 3 panelists and a facilitator. And I know you and I, and some members of your team, have been working on the session that is ex-offenders to entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah, some real cool stuff there.
Absolutely.
How to start a business for $500 or less.
Yeah.
How to market your business for free, so on and so forth.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
So you're going to be putting a lot of folk to work, and a lot of folks starting businesses, working with those that are interested. We often say, hey, if you can't find a job, create one.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
In this country, there's no reason not to make a dollar.
That's correct.
Because you can take whatever people got stuff that they're give away or just laying around. You can go sell it. Another man's one man's junk is another man's treasure, huh?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So well, Brian.
I would say once again we're sitting down with Donna Williams here, who's administrator for the Economic and Community Development, relatively new name here, but bringing in a lot of the great things that the city has done in the past, and of course introducing new things now. And one of the visions that Mayor Burke had was strengthening the community, strengthening the economy here locally is going to strengthen the neighborhoods. How important is it to have a strong neighborhood, even at the very smallest level? When we're talking the Glenwoods, the Murray Hills, these small neighborhoods that people are passionate about, but how important is it to have that strong neighborhood, and how important is it to be involved in that neighborhood?
Well, it's really important because without neighborhood, and I say that in quotes, without neighborhood, you just have a bunch of houses, right? So your neighbors make it your neighborhood. And it's really critical because a strong neighborhood attracts investment.
Yeah.
Right? It attracts investment. So when businesses or developers are considering putting their money, oftentimes hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, in a particular area, they're looking for a strong neighborhood and strong leadership within the neighborhood. And then, of course, we all know that bad elements, undesirable elements, go to places that look untended and uncared for, and that's one of the many reasons. There's several reasons why we know that neighborhoods are really important.
And those of you out there listening, be active and involved when the Neighborhood Leadership Institute and the Neighborhood University, these activities that's taking place and that's going on to help you understand how you can be actively engaged in parenting your neighborhood and learning about how to build a stronger neighborhood, a safer neighborhood, a more educated and involved neighborhood. Learn how you can participate and not just sit back and complain about what's not, but to take an active role and be a part of developing. That's what Mayor Burke and his administration are really working hard on. And Donna, I tell you, do you sleep?
I do.
You do?
Every now and again.
We got a caller.
Yeah, we
in.
do have a caller calling in here to talk with Donna Williams. And caller, go ahead with your question.
Yes, Coach. This is Bobby Burton. I have a question for you, guest.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good, sir. I'm just curious about speaking about the rental property.
Yeah.
Once it's off the ground, would there be a chance of a person purchasing the property, or basically is it just a rental? I'll just hang up and listen to her.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that's an excellent question. One of the reasons that the first phase of the project is focused on rental is because we have so many people that need rental housing. There seems to be a fair amount, quite a lot of affordable homes available for sale, but not as many properties for rent.
Okay. All right. And but there's other opportunities that's available for purchasing,
Absolutely.
And even for those developers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, good. And this is the kind of thing we want to keep pushing and encouraging people to be engaged and involved in helping our city. Chattanooga is on the cutting edge of being, and it's already growing and doing great things. And I think there's the best is yet to come, Donna.
I totally agree.
And I am so glad that you're serving in the capacity that you're in. Working with you it's exciting and it's encouraging to see what you're doing, the people in your department. And you keep me busy, and when you think that I'm not doing anything, you always give me stuff to do, and that's always exciting too.
Well, it's my pleasure. Your team has been awesome as far as whatever we need of them. They always come through. We've got a few special projects that we're working on that we'll tell people about next year.
Okay.
And of course, right. If anybody does want any information about maybe being involved in a neighborhood association, some of the projects that you're doing, affordable housing and neighborhood university, what's the best way to be involved and get a hold of your department?
Thank you. Yeah, you guys can reach us at 425-3700. Area code 423, of course. 425-3700.
All right. Good. Before we go to break, you got any final thoughts that's relating to encouraging the people to be active or involved? Any closing comments?
Well, I just say, be the change you want to see. That it can start in little bitty ways, but be the change you want to see.
All right. I like that. That's Donna Williams, and she is the administrator of the Economic and Community Development Department for the City of Chattanooga. It's a lot of fun working with you, Donna.
You as well, my friend.
Hey, keep up the good work, and we look forward to great things to come. Hey, give her a call, Chattanooga, and make sure she follows through on what she's telling you, and let's hold her accountable, and she will get it done. Thank you for listening. Hey, this is Pep Talk. Everybody needs one, and I'm sure you're getting it. This is Lerone Coach Jennings. We got to go to break, but we'll be right back. Stay with us.
If we just believe the best is yet to come. Show me your smile. I'll feel it with laughter.
Family is more than fun and games. Their 17 centers offer after-school activities, tutoring, homework help, and now feature the Lexia technology-based literacy program, free to all youth and to parents. Each center is open weekly till 8 p.m. Adults, you are encouraged to use the centers too. Activities, rentals, meetings, fitness, and more. Call 643-6096. Visit Chattanooga.gov or Facebook Chattanooga Youth and Family.
Groove 93 and Citgo presents Fueling Good Fridays. Hit the weekend feeling good with Citgo Tri-Clean Gas.
Groove 93, is this Paula Walker?
Yes.
Hey, Paula, how are you?
I'm great.
I'm great, too. It's Friday. You know what that means.
Yes.
We are wanting to give away some of these gas cards today from Citgo. Do you know the phrase that pays?
I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling good. All right. That means we are on to the next step. You can choose 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one would you like?
Three.
Number 3. All right. She's like, I am sure about that number. That's a favorite number for you. So let's see what you got in number 3. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Envelope number 3. All right, Paula. Not too bad. We have $50. You have $50. Yeah, she said, I can do that. I can do that. There you go. All right, we have $50 for you. Citgo gas card. So enjoy yourself. And
thank you.
You can save that money for something else and, just have a good time. So congratulations. Tell me what station just made you a winner.
We are making your weekends feel good with Fueling Good Fridays. We are Groove to 93's 60 Minutes, NBC Today Show, and Dateline. His name has become synonymous in association with newsmakers from entertainment, sports, and politics. Now, WMPZ Groove 93 brings you one of the premier names in broadcasting. Right now, with Ed Gordon, covering the issues that need to be heard. Right knowledge corrects wrong behavior. Right now, with Ed Gordon. Weekdays exclusively on Chattanooga Station for jamming old school. And now, back to Groove Pep Talk 93. Everyone needs one with Lerone Coach Jennings and Brian Smith.
All right, Chattanooga, welcome back to Pep Talk. Everybody needs one. We hope you're getting it on today, and we're glad you took time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us and be encouraged, inspired, motivated. No matter what you're going through, hey, you can make it, you can do it, you can get it done. We all need each other, so let's hang in there together, all right? Parent education programming.
Some great pieces of information there coming in from Donna Williams here from Economic and Community Development here in affordable housing, some new programs that she's going to introduce. And, usually at this time, as we roll into the second quarter, we like to do Coach's Action Play because we want to make sure everyone is involved.
And for this week's Action Play.
Let's go! Come on!
All right, Chattanooga, the action play for the evening. The possibilities are limited only by your imagination. So let yourself imagine something wonderful and then enjoy the wonderful experience of making it happen. You can make it happen. If it's in your mind and you're thinking of it, then play it out. Just worry about what is going to happen the way you think about it and then pursue it. Thought it might seem easier and more comfortable to just do nothing. That's really not the case. If you waste the great possibilities of this day, you will very soon come to regret it. So avoid that regret and jump into action. Today is much too valuable to waste. Let's get it done together. Let's pursue it. We can do it together. If we believe in each other, believe in ourselves, let's move and put it into action.
All right, wonderful action play given by Coach Jennings here. Usually we do this around 7:20 or so each and every Monday night, and really just to tune in just for those action plays is certainly some words of wisdom that you can take with you and spread the following week. And joining us now here is a good friend of mine, one that I've been working with for a couple of years, and also has joined me in some fitness classes as too. She just told me she's got here from Zumba, but she's always busy, and it's because of one of the most popular programs that we have here in the city of Chattanooga. It's our pleasure to welcome Caroline Johnson, who's joining us from the Department of Transportation, and more importantly, is head of our driver's education program, which is an outstanding one here that we have in the city of Chattanooga, and a special one and a very affordable one at that. And Caroline, we certainly do appreciate you joining us here this evening on Pep Talk.
Thank you, Brian. Coach, I appreciate it. I love talking about driver's education.
Driver's ed.
Yes, she does.
Caroline, it's something you may not know about Coach here.
Tell me.
My first teaching assignment at Howard School, I taught driver's education.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you know exactly what is involved in this endeavor.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. I taught classroom theory and sent the students to the simulator. And we had teachers that took them on the road. And I got students that's telling me, even to this day, how much they appreciate me teaching them how to drive.
Oh, I hear from a lot of folks. They remember those days. They remember when it was available at school.
And I'm trying to think. I think it was a former coach of mine that taught me driver's ed as well. What's with the coaches and the driver's ed? I don't know if there's others out there that have that kind of the same experience here, but now that's two that I know of.
That's generally the rule, is that somebody on the coaching staff handles the driver's ed responsibilities. I'm not quite sure why.
Maybe they can whip us into shape behind the wheel.
Perhaps, or you guys have more patience than a lot of other folks, I would say.
Tell us about what it's like in the driver's education world today.
Oh, driver's ed is busy as always. And let me give you a little history on what we've got in Chattanooga, because what we have here in the Chattanooga driver's education program is unique.
Yeah.
We cannot find another program similar to it anywhere, and we've done the research. It is unique in that it is funded entirely by photo enforcement revenue. It is not paid for with tax dollars. It is not paid for in private fees. It is paid for by those who break the law. Did you know that?
No, photo enforcement revenue.
Sir. All of the traffic cameras that we have here in the city of Chattanooga, on the S-curves, at different intersections, even the mobile van that the police department operates and moves depending upon where there are speeding issues, those $50 citations go to this program. So people who are breaking the law are giving us a way to teach kids not to. That's genius. And the revenue from the photo enforcement program, as it was originally written into the city code and remains there today, requires that all funding received from those cameras goes to enforcement, engineering, and education programs for the public safety.
Wow.
That's it. So this money cannot be used in any other way. It's genius.
That's incredible.
And because we have been able to utilize it to teach kids to drive, We're just now hitting 4 years with this program. November is 4 years. We have graduated 1,700 kids.
Wow.
That's amazing. Think about that.
Now, how old they have to be to start participating in your driver's education
The program's available to kids from 15 to 22. I have a lot of college kids that take it because for myriad reasons, and we could debate this for a while. A lot of kids are waiting a while before they learn to drive. I have my own theories on why, but I find a lot of 17, 18, 19-year-olds that still have not gotten around to getting their license. And so that's fine. This program's available to them. Or it's also available to kids who have, already have their license and they need some additional training and they want to have that training so they can get an insurance deduction. There are discounts in car insurance as a result of this training.
Yeah. Now, what's the cost of it?
$50.
That's amazing.
For how long is the program?
It is 30 hours of classroom training, followed by 6 hours of behind-the-wheel lessons. And it is taught by a professional driving school. I manage the program, do the promotion, the scheduling, everything. But the actual instruction is given by state-certified driving instructors from a private driving school. And that private driving instruction is normally over $400. But through this program, and with the money supplied by the cameras, we only require the student and parents to pay $50. And once they have completed the program, then we pay the balance out of that photo enforcement revenue.
What a deal.
Is that not amazing? It is absolutely phenomenal.
That's why 1,700, that's why we have 1,700 graduates in just 4 years.
And another great thing about this program, and I love that I'm following Donna Williams on this, is that all of the classes are taught at city facilities, mainly youth and family development centers, a.k.a. community centers, what we once called rec centers. All of those neighborhood centers are where we offer the classes. And so those classes bring in lots of kids who see the programming that's available at these fine centers. I got to tell you, when I started this program, I had no idea of the riches that were available in those centers.
Yeah.
The facilities, the staff, it's amazing. And we have brought so many kids through this program, and not only that, they're still hanging around those places and adding to the neighborhood, adding to the programming in these centers. So that's a win-win. We're getting safer streets, and we're getting more complete and more complete neighborhoods.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing this? 4 years, you say?
Mm-hmm. Since the start.
Yeah.
Since the beginning.
Why you look so excited? Why does this?
She is a passionate woman.
I love what I do, Coach. It is a real privilege to be part of something that can, and I'm sure does, save lives.
Yeah.
Think about it. We have nothing else like this available. Driver's ed, I know, back when you were coaching and teaching driver's ed, that was awesome. And most schools had somebody that did that.
Right.
But that was phased out 25 years ago.
Yeah.
We don't have it in our school systems. And in those 25 years, we saw crash rates involving teens skyrocket.
Yeah.
Because they weren't being taught properly and uniformly. And you know, if you've ever tried to teach your own kid to drive, it's very hard to teach your own child to drive. The emotional component is enormous.
So that's where the patience kind of comes in, too. So.
Oh, heavens, yes. It's very hard to teach your child to drive. Plus, a lot of parents are lousy drivers. They're just passing on their bad habits.
Yeah.
Truly. I'm not I'm not naming names or pointing at anybody, but we know that's the case. So proper instruction needs to be given by those who are certified, patient, removed, calm, and can analyze the situation and address weaknesses on the spot. That's a professional. And most professionals are very expensive. Well worth it, but expensive. And so that's out of reach for your everyday person.
Guess what I did this weekend?
What'd you do?
Caroline, I got a 16-year-old granddaughter, Naya. Shout out to her.
Hey, Naya!
She just got her driver's license.
Okay.
And her father bought her a car. And being a driver's education teacher, this weekend, Saturday, I said, Naya, you got to take me for a ride. This is my first ride. And she said, okay, Papa. And I got in the car, and she took me for a ride. And, of course, I'm checking her out. with my skills and
course.
trying to see if they taught her properly and if I'm feeling safe and comfortable with her and everything. And I must admit, her father and mother and everybody who invested in teaching her how to drive did a great job.
Excellent.
And as a 16-year-old, I felt pretty comfortable riding around city of Chattanooga with her.
That's good, and that's
Yeah.
saying something because you
Yeah.
understand what's involved in getting a kid to that point.
Exactly, and that's great. And I know you're doing a great job with
Thank
the students in the City of Chattanooga Driver's Education Program, but it's bigger than that now, the transportation program, and I want you to talk about that a little bit.
I do.
Because there's more now with Blythe Bailey, our
Yes.
transportation administrator.
That is correct.
It's bigger than the cars, it's more than cars. Transportation in Chattanooga is blowing up, as we would say.
Yes, it is.
And let's talk about what that means and what Blythe Bailey and our transportation department is including and what's happening in Chattanooga.
Love to.
Right.
By virtue of the fact that we are a brand new department, a.k.a. the Transportation Department,
Yeah.
we feel it's incumbent upon us to teach people that there are many ways to get from point A to point B. And kids need to know that. It's not all about getting behind the wheel and taking off. It's about different ways to get around your community.
Right.
Because when you explore all of the multimodal opportunities, because there's the term we use, multimodal, literally many modes of transport. When you explore your community on foot, on a bicycle, in a bus, in a carpool, even on the incline. When I was growing up, I used the incline to get up and down the mountain to go places.
Yeah.
I did. I used it as a form of transport, not a tourist attraction. But anyway, when you get around your community in different fashions, you experience different societal communications. For example, think about the difference between riding with a group on a bus
Yeah.
and riding by yourself on a bike and walking down the street with a friend or being in a car by yourself. You're getting from A to B no matter which method you choose. But the community that you are a part of in each method is different. And that's important, and it needs to be recognized and celebrated. And we want kids, and what we are doing is we are adding to each class, we are adding a bus ride, a bike ride using the Chattanooga bikes, which we love, and they're all over the downtown area.
Yeah.
And a pedestrian trek. We take them on a walk and illustrate how to use flashing crosswalks. And through that, the kids are understanding what it feels like from that person's perspective. So when they are behind the wheel of a car and traveling, they'll remember how it felt when they were on a bicycle and traffic was running by.
And they'll be more sensitive, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they will be aware of buses. They will be more aware of people trying to cross the crosswalk because they'll remember that vantage point. See, that's the
That's great.
multimodal education, the transportation education that we are adding to our basic driver's ed curriculum. And it's fabulous. The response we've had from kids and parents has been overwhelming.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, it's exciting. Chattanooga is on the move.
Yes, it is.
And more ways
Literally.
than one.
Yes, literally. And
I know he was going there.
we're helping them move safely.
Move safely. That's absolutely correct. Give them a number if they need to call about the driver's program.
The driver's ed information
Yeah.
line is 423-643-7011. That is the information line that I keep up to date, and I am currently enrolling for the winter term classes, which will be 2 of them during Christmas break, one held at the Hickson Community Center or the Youth and Family Development Center, the other at the Shepherd Youth and Family Development Center. And then on Saturdays in January, I'm offering a class at the Public Library downtown, which is an excellent site as well.
Oh.
And those classes, history has shown us, the classes fill up very fast.
Yeah.
So don't delay. Call that number.
The folk like Brian Smith that might need a kind of refresher course.
What are you trying to say?
Will you take them? You take them like that too, Caroline?
Sure, what the heck? Brian's a buddy. You need some help, Brian.
But I will say this real quickly here because I know this is becoming a major problem, and it happened to me too,
Yes.
and that is our cell phones. That's texting and driving on
Oh,
your cell
Lord.
phone while you're driving. And, you know, I would say I took it for granted. I was coming back my very first day from maternity leave, and I was coming back, and yes, I was on my phone driving down a fairly busy road, and it was raining, and I was answering an email, and I looked up, and I slammed into the back of somebody and totaled my Toyota Camry. And, on top of the fact that I've got a daughter and I shouldn't be on my phone to begin with, thankfully she wasn't in the car with me. But, unfortunately, it really took something like that to remind me that, the little things, I'm on my phone, I'm looking up every couple of seconds, but it only took a second for that. And thankfully, no one was hurt in this particular accident, but, it sunk into me. I'm telling all my friends, and anytime I'm in the car, I put my phone down. And anytime I'm riding with somebody, I make sure that they put their phone down. And that's what, the driver's education program really hits hard on, too.
We really,
it's topics like that.
We spend a lot of time discussing that very issue, and honestly, my personal feeling is that texting while driving is far more dangerous than drunk driving. Drunk driving is horrible, as we know, but when you're texting and driving, you are making a conscious choice to not pay attention.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah,
and lives are being lost over that. So I'm sorry that happened to you, Brian, but
No,
I'm glad it gave you a wake-up call, and I'm glad you're okay.
Expensive lesson, too, but it was a lesson.
That's something that we're having to work on constantly, and we continue to.
Well, before we go to break, you want to mention where the classes are going to be again?
The classes during Christmas break, which will be the week after Christmas, December 30 and 31, and then January 2 and 3, will be at Hickson, the Youth and Family Development Center, at the Shepherd Youth and Family Development Center, and then on Saturdays in January, the Public Library downtown.
Caroline Johnson, thank you so much for being with us. You're listening to Pep Talk. This is Lerone Coach Jennings, and we'll be right back. We got to go to break. Stay with us.
School is well underway, and Chattanooga's Department of Youth and Family is more than fun and games. Their 17 centers offer after-school activities, tutoring, homework help, and now feature the Lexia technology-based literacy program, free to all youth and to parents. Each center is open weekly till 8 p.m. Adults, you are encouraged to use the centers too. Activities, rentals, meetings, fitness, and more. Call 643-6096. Visit Chattanooga.gov or Facebook Chattanooga Youth and Family.
Groove 93 and Citgo presents Fueling Good Fridays. Hit the weekend fueling good with Citgo Tri-Clean Gas.
Is this Pamela Johnson?
This is Pamela Johnson.
Pamela, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Do you know who this is, Pamela, first of all?
No.
You don't know. Okay. That's not important right now. Well, let me tell you anyway. This is Keith from Groove 93.
Oh, hey, Keith. How are you?
I'm doing good. Now, Pamela, more importantly, do you know the phrase that pays?
I'm feeling good.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're halfway there now, Pamela. We're halfway there. Now, I got 3 envelopes here in my hand. I got 1, 2, or 3. Pick one, and I'll tell you what's inside. We're gonna give you some free gas. Come on.
Oh gosh, I need it so bad. I'm gonna 2.
You said 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's rip open 2 and see what we got from Miss Pamela Johnson. Citgo and Group 93 is happy to say to you, you just picked up $60 worth of free gas.
Oh my God, for real? I am so on E and the light is so on.
See what I'm saying? If you're on E, we can take care of that right now.
Oh my goodness, that is so good.
That's right. Citgo and Groove 93 is giving away free gas. All I need to know now is, what's your favorite radio station?
In the entire world, Groove 93.
We are making your weekends feel good with Fueling Good Fridays. We are Groove 93. We return you now to Pep Talk. Everyone needs one with Lerone Coach Jennings and Brian Smith.
We are one. No matter what we do, we are one. God will see us through.
All right, and welcome back to PEP Talk, Parent Education Programming. We certainly appreciate everyone joining us here tonight as we roll into the third quarter. Here is when we usually have a few of our quarterbacks call in with a couple of their players, and then hopefully she can be just as exciting as Caroline. I see you guys, Coach, there in the break, just shaking her hand and applauding her on her enthusiasm for this driver's ed program, and she has been like that since day one, and again, I think you feel good when you're saving lives.
Yeah, you know, some people you just be around that just have a great feel for life and excited about just being alive. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And Caroline Johnson is one of those people. Got great enthusiasm and excitement, and no matter how things are going, you'll never know because her enthusiasm and excitement, it just bubbles and just comes out. So I like being around people like that.
I think we should keep the enthusiasm and excitement going here for Pep Talk as we welcome in one of our quarterbacks. And as Caroline mentioned, we do have a driver's ed education program coming up to Shepherd Youth and Family Development Center. And it just so happens that our quarterback this evening, Ivy Strickland, is the facility manager of the Shepherd Youth and Family Development Center. And she has an incredible young lady with her this evening that she likes to feature. And we're looking forward to talking with her. And Ivy and Malaysia, we certainly appreciate both of you guys joining us here this evening for Pep Talk.
Hello. Hey.
Hello there, the infamous Ivy Strickland, the one and only. How you doing out there?
The one and only. I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for the outstanding job you do there at Shepherd. It's always good when I visit. You always got something great going on, and all the kids are always excited and having fun. And it's good to talk to you this evening.
Thank you. It's a good place to work and play.
All right. And you got Malaysia there hanging out with you. That's one of your superstars there?
That's one of my superstars, quarterbacks, running back, every kind of thing.
All right. Oh, well, you're a good role model to be around. She might be running that center one day and a lot of other things, huh?
That's our plan.
That's great. Fill us in, Ivy. What's going on at Shepherd? Bring us up to speed. What you want to brag on?
Oh, well, right now we have a dance class going on, and we have a professional ballet dancer out of New York, relocated here to our city, and she's teaching free ballet classes to girls and boys ages 8 to 12-year-old. And we need to give a shout-out to Miss Monica Ellison.
Monica Ellison, all right.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. How's the classes going so far?
The classes are going great, and she's planning on doing her first performance second Sunday in December. And then she'll start enrolling for winter classes.
All right. What can we do to help get the word out there? We need to make sure that's a success.
We do. We just need to remind all boys and girls across the city that the classes are available, and the most important thing, they're free. First come, first served. She'll do 2 classes with 15 kids in each class.
All right. Is there a number that they can call to sign up?
You can call me to register at 423-855-2697.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. That's going to be exciting. I need to come out there and check that out and encourage others in that area and other centers, too, to participate. But I'm sure that'll fill up in that area pretty quick, don't you think?
It does. It does.
That's great. All right, Malaysia, what you got going on? You're a senior at CSAS, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm one of the pioneer teachers that started that school back in 1986. I'll tell my age on you here in a little bit. Yeah.
Oh. You didn't teach driver's ed, though, there, did you?
No, I didn't teach. Okay. Yeah, we learned that PIDEA concept. Y'all still doing the PIDEA?
Yes, sir. Yes, we are.
All right. Lifelong learners. That's great. You still doing seminars every week?
Yes, sir. We do it every Thursday. Thursday.
What time y'all do your seminars over there?
We actually do it from about 10:30 till 12 o'clock.
I might slip in on you and participate in one of the seminars.
Come on in. I'm in Ms. Wyatt's advisory.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I have a flashback. That'd be good. That's awesome. I really had a great time at that school. Tell us what else going on in your world, Malaysia. You got a senior project going on, and you're going to be talking about cyberbullying, I understand.
Yes, sir. My main topic is basically bullying, with the cyberbullying, in-school bullying, and when people commit suicide from people bullying them.
Why is that important to you? Why you choose that topic?
Because I actually like helping out people, and as far as our younger generations that's coming up, it's a lot of bullying out here, and I really hate to see people kill themselves over what someone else is saying, and I feel like people should open up and tell their story.
That's great. I grew up having disdain as well for bullies, people that use their strength or to make others feel less than or oppress other people. I've always had a hard time accepting that. So I think you're on to something. I think we should always use whatever we can and whatever we have to build people up rather than tear people down. So I want to encourage you in that project, and not only in that project, but as a lifelong process and focus to always encourage people and build them up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What else you want to talk to us about? Anything else that we can encourage you, or something you want to bring to our listening audience?
Well, Malaysia, before you start that, why don't you talk a little bit about being in the STARS program there at Shepherd and what that has provided for you and your friends?
Actually, yes, I am in STARS, and STARS means Shepherd Teaching Academics, Respect, and Services. And, I mean, that welcomes anyone that's willing to actually be there and help out our community as far as other communities as well. We have a workshop. We had a workshop at the police department and at Chattanooga College, which taught us proper etiquette, our eating styles, our interviewing talks, what to wear. And we also had tours. We had a train ride going to Chickamauga Battlefield. And we also took a plane ride over Chattanooga, and it was very, very fun.
Wow, a plane ride.
Yes, sir.
That's exciting. Well, congratulations. You're all doing a lot of good stuff. How long has the STARS program there at Shepherd's been going on?
We actually just celebrated our 1 year in May.
Okay, and I know Councilman Burrs has been involved in that program with you all, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We also had community service. We fed the sick and shut-in around Shepherd around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
And we also clean up our community. We divide up in groups, and we go clean up around Shepherd.
Oh, that's good stuff. Well, we want to encourage you for your outstanding participation and community service as a student, your humanitarianism, and just what you are becoming, what you're becoming, and what you see yourself doing for the world and your community. And with people like Miss Ivy Strickland there, been a good role model for you. You continue to listen to her and your parents and your teachers, and we'll always be here to stand with you and behind you and around you to help you be successful in life so that you can come back and continue to help Chattanooga be the great city that it is, and help other young people be successful as well, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, you keep up the good work.
Yes, sir, and thank you.
All right, thank you, and thank you, Ms. Strickland.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
All right, good night, guys. We appreciate both of you guys calling in this evening, and always wonderful to hear from those that are out in the field, especially the young ladies. And she's tackling quite a growing problem there with cyberbullying, and a very important one as well. So,
all right, good support.
Well, folks, we're going to move into the fourth quarter here with a few announcements before we run into Coach's final play here as we slowly wrap up Pep Talk here on this Monday evening. And a couple things that I want to let folks out there know about. Of course, we continue to promote our free literacy programs that are going on at our local youth and family development centers, especially now that the time has changed. It's getting dark a little bit earlier here, and a lot of kids are coming inside here and coming into our programs. A great program for you to be involved in with, and a lot of parents that are out there in our exercise programs, feel free to bring your your kids as well, because they can sign up for the program, as well as getting in with some of our homework help and some of the tutoring programs that we offer. Also, we have free basketball signups that are going on at all of our local youth and family development centers. And we have new hours for Carver and Avondale's fitness classes, which also include Zumba, a very popular class. We team up with Memorial and East Chattanooga Improvement Incorporated. And those classes happen every day at Avondale, Monday through Thursday, 5:30 until 6:30. And at Carver Center, Mondays at 5 p.m. And then free Zumba Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:15 p.m. And the exercise class also Wednesdays at 5:15 p.m. We also have some new schedules and some new programs going on in our therapeutic recreation department. Of course, that's department and programs for all abilities. You want to go online to ChattanoogaYouthAndFamily.com and look for our therapeutic recreation programs, and you'll see some of the great classes, including wheelchair basketball, dance classes, and as well as a youth swim team that we're starting up Tuesdays at Brainerd. And a couple other quick announcements. Tyner and North Chattanooga are currently collecting food for their annual food drive. 'Tis the season. They're going to be collecting non-perishable food items during regular operating hours, and those food items are going to be donated to the community kitchen, and those certainly go a long way. Also, the mobile health coach is coming to Avondale Center on November the 16th for free health screenings. And ladies, if you haven't scheduled your annual mammogram, it's not too late to take advantage of this life-saving screening, whether or not you have insurance. Again, that's going to be on November 16th at Avondale Youth and Family Development Center. That's at 1305 Dodson Avenue. It's a large pink RV. You cannot miss it. And a couple of things here just to mention real quickly. We have wraparound social services. It's also the time of the year when you might know a friend that could utilize energy assistance or commodities. We've got a wonderful program here in Youth and Family Development. Call 643-7093. Also, if you are looking or in the need of a child care program, we have a 3-star child care program. That's the highest rating. And you can call for more information at 757-0953, or join our Head Start program. For more information on that, 757-5551. Again, all this information can be found on our website. That's either chattanooga.gov/youth and family, or you can go to chattanoogayouthandfamily.com. So those are just a few of the things that we have going on in the Department of Youth and Family Development here on Pep Talk. Plenty to do, as always, and plenty of ways to give back. And Coach, we just have a couple of minutes here as we wrap up the end of the fourth quarter and look at your final play, and always some words of wisdom. So I'm going to turn it over to you for this week's final play.
Well, Brian, I want to encourage our listening audience to be determined. The final play for the evening: to be determined. Life is a challenge, and raising children is a challenge, parents. No matter what you deal with, what you experience is going to be a challenge. But don't let your challenges stop you from being successful or overcoming the challenge, in order for you to move through and break through the challenge, in order for you to make it and do those things that's important for you to do well in life. Don't give up. Don't give in. Just be determined to get it done. This is LaRon Coach Jennings, and you've been listening to Pep Talk. Keep moving forward.
All right, some great words of advice here. And, folks, we do appreciate you joining us here for Pep Talk this evening. And tune in each and every Monday evening at 7 p.m. And, of course, we'll be back here next Monday. We're going to be talking about 40 developmental assets with On Point, plus much more, including calling in or having one of our quarterbacks call in with one of our local players. So we appreciate you joining us. And if you have any questions about the Department of Youth and Family Development, feel free to call us at 757-5551, or you can follow us on our social media sites. You can Facebook us at Chattanooga Youth and Family, or follow us at Twitter at Cha Youth Family. That's CHA Youth Family. And folks, we do appreciate you joining us here for Pep Talk, and we will see you again next week.
You have been listening to Pep Talk with Coach LaRon Jennings and Brian Smith. Brought to you by the City of Chattanooga, Department of Youth and Family Development. Creating ways for everyone to help parent the city.
We gotta change it.